and Elevation Radio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody clap your hands. This is Elevation Radio 1. I'm your host, Pastor Steve, the Music Man Turner. It's going to be wild today. And making the journey with us. This is a program that spotlights positive people doing positive work while serving a positive God whose name is Jesus. Oh, my goodness. Let me say again for all you witches and warlocks out there who can't stand the name of Yeshua. Jesus. Let me say it again till you feel pain. Yeah. And so our subject matter today is, are the young wise? Are the young wise? Introducing Mr. Corey Witherspoon. And before we get to him, let's talk about this for a second. In Daniell Chapter 1, verse 17, it says that it verifies that young men placed in royal service to the king have been blessed by God to excel above their contemporaries. They stood out for their understanding and wisdom. We should never judge a book by its cover and never underestimate the young when it comes to the wisdom potential. Introducing the young urban genius, I call him Professor Corey Witherspoon. Hold on one second before we get to him, before he blows your mind, literally. You have an opinion, you need to call in at 1914-205-5353. I repeat, 1914-205-5353. Let's go to the beautiful part of this program and talk to the queen. She is in Daniell Chapter 1, verse 17. Read.
Yes. And as for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Oh, excellent. And now, since we've laid the foundation, we need to go to the spiritual, intellectual part of our future, the next generation, and that is Professor Corey. We call him Young Genius Witherspoon. Woo! Clap your hands, everybody. Sound effects.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right, how you doing, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glad to have you. Listen, let me ask you right into the question here, and that is, who is Dr. Corey Witherspoon?
I'm happy for the title. But who is Corey Witherspoon? My mentor. I'm a father, proud father. I'm an artist. I'm a person who has a dream, has a vision, and go with it. Like, against all odds and against what everybody else say. I have the vision and I make it happen.
I like that. He just dropped the mic. He just dropped the mic. Boom.
yeah, that's me.
Okay. All right. And I hear you hail from the proud Witherspoon family. I don't think they have the courage. I don't think they have the courage to call in at 1914-205-5353 to back you up. And there's a whole lot of them. I challenge them today. I dropped the mic. I dropped the gauntlet. I dropped everything, and I challenged them. I double dare them to call in 205-5353. Yes, sir. Tell me about the Witherspoon heritage, the legacy, the dynasty.
It's strong, and it's together. It's fortified, in a manner that we all walk as one. We all walk as one.
Fortified. You see that? You hear that, Queen? Fortified.
Right.
I don't know too many senior folks be using that kind of lingo and fortified.
It's fortified.
How many Witherspoons are there?
Ooh, well, I don't want to go too historical on you, but I got to. Let us go ahead and go. All right, so we hail from South Carolina. And that's how we came over from transatlantic slave trade via the Barbados. So like, you know what I mean? So how many is it? Too many to count. You hear me? But yeah.
I got you, sir. I got you. I want no trouble. I want no trouble at all. Any other Witherspoons who do not know me, I am an adopted family member in the Witherspoon family tree. God bless you.
You are. We love you. We love you, too.
Like I said. Loved it. It's nice to be loved. And so I know that you went to, well, don't, but you're carving out your own history. Your brother, Elder C.D. Witherspoon, is a notorious and infamous, effective community and civic activist, really not just in Baltimore, but across the country. And he's known for wearing the, my wife calls it a kufi hat. Wearing a kufi hat too. I mean, when you know you're bad, BAAD, when you can get a kufi hat, and I hope that I'm not doing it misjustice, but when you get a kufi hat to match your outfit, I don't know how he does it, but
yeah, I was with him today. He definitely had a kufi hat on to match his outfit. Yes, indeed. That's King Kufi right there.
Oh yeah.
But if folks don't know who I'm talking about across the country, this is a global program. When they had the Freddie Gray riot, he actually was in the forefront, leading the brigade from Sandtown, taking the leadership because he's also a minister and a pastor. So he felt an injustice, and he lived through his convictions by risking arrest and all that. I've seen him actually do things where he was actually protesting, fighting for the wages for airport workers, and he got arrested. I'm like, man, he is all the way in. Whenever he's in, he's all the way in. And my hat's off to him. I still some people think I'm bad, but I'm not as bad as he is. He wanted to go to the big house if that's where he's got to go. That's something right there. That's the hero. So you on the other hand take a more of an intellectual approach to fighting activism or to working in activism. What do you do, sir, as a professor?
Well, I don't know if I call it intellectual. I call it gritty. I'm hands on. I'm a mentor, and I just put on Maryland Mentor of the Year in November, and I was Fox 45 champion of carriage in February. So long story short, is long time coming, right, Steve? But but long story short, I'm in the daily lives of many youth in Baltimore, like not just surface, just a phone call. Like I'm there anytime I'm needed. I'm called. I'm a surrogate father. I'm so much to so many youth in Baltimore. I can't even. I want to say over like 100 youth that at a beck and call they beckon time they call me, and I'm there, and I make sure everything is okay. So yeah. So
now here's what I'm thinking here. Now Brandon Scott, I'm trying to be nice because I know that you are favorable to that administration there with Jack Young and all that. We give him the blues here on this program, but I'm gonna be nice because I like you. I respect you. You're talking about giving extra hazard pay to certain select employees, which I'm not sure. Does that not include them? But my point, I guess, and what I'm trying to say is that you should be getting an extra hazard pay because I've seen you actually when we worked together at the West Side Emergency Men's Shelter, actually come in there and rev up the men there who are dealing with all kinds of issues and harassment and injustices and all that. And when they got to see you on that, I think that Saturday morning, my introduction to you was when you said, "Listen, fellas, we're gonna put our hands together. We're gonna be excited because the king of Catonsville is now in the house." And I'm like, "What in the heck?" King of Catonsville.
Wow.
They got that picture with it. All the men were like, yeah. They got pumped up. I'm like, yeah. I said, who's this little fella with the long beard? Who is got these guys pumped up? He's got me pumped up. I'm half asleep. He got me pumped up. Who is this dude? And then we just start calling you the King of Canesville.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you remember my introduction? My introduction was "Good morning, brave knight." If you remember my introduction to the day they used to go off, the young. Yeah, I said "Good morning, brave knight." Yes, indeed. Yeah. Good morning, brave knight. They go off. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, take it. Go through your good morning soliloquy, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, good morning, brave knight. Your king is here. Your king is here. The king of Catonsville is here. And just the elation. Just good morning, brave knight. Your king is here. The elation. Just But at the same time, like I gotta give it to God. Now. It's like so he keeps blessing me, right? To put me in positions where I can do what I do. And having like a lot of great people around me to like push me to that point, whereas I'm with a whole host of like people like who say, oh, this guy's special. All we want you to do is be special. We don't want you to do nothing else. Just keep on doing the same thing. So like I'm just fortunate that people embrace my spirit and like know when I go, just get out my way and let me do my thing, because everything I do is main goal is to win.
I got you. Listen, I remember you being so affected by a tragedy of one of your that I never forget it. It was so traumatic for you that you actually described it. You broke down in tears. You said I think he had committed suicide or something. He was covered in blood, and you were covered in blood, trying to embrace him, trying to keep him alive. And matter of fact, I never forget it. It was so affected by it that you actually walked off your job, and you said, if y'all want me to do this and that, and I'm traumatized. They weren't sensitive to your needs. They weren't trying to go back to work and count the beans and do whatever. You say, I just can't do it, so I quit. And you got your brand new SUV and you drove off. And I said, man, I'm sensitive to him, and I reached out to you, but I'm thinking like this: what a man! He said, I'm putting my morals, my ideals before economics. God will take care of me. I got family. I'm not worried about a thing. I was impressed. Never shall forget it.
All right. Wow. But I'm also a person who believes in having more than one income. I'm a rock star.
Right now.
I'm a calculator rock star. I can make those type moves and knowing that I have something else to go to, and I don't have to depend on something. What you were talking about, the young man was actually killed in my arms. And
what?
So he was killed, and I worked for a school, and I went out into the hallway, and all I heard was "oh," and he was my mentee, and he hugged me, and it's crazy. As he hugged me, he was going down to the floor, and I looked and I saw that he was stabbed in the chest. Yeah.
Wow.
So
what was his name?
Huh?
What was his first name?
Ananias. Yeah.
Let's have a moment for his family, because I know he's been swept under the rug by society, but his life is important. And dear God, we thank you for the day and time. We bless you. We thank you for your mercy and your power. We know that you do all things well. We don't know why you do what you do, and sometimes even how you do what you do. But give us the patience and the strength to understand and love you for what you do, and to bless this city to be more merciful and more just kind to the families who've lost loved ones through violence. Help us, God. Help us, God. Forgive us, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Now we have we have two more callers here. Okay. Alrighty, you're live on Elevate Radio 1. How can we help you? You're live on Elevate Radio. Yes, hello. Okay, we got another caller. You're live on Elevation Radio 1. How can we hear you?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hold on a second. It sounds like a very strong, powerful voice, voice of a preacher, a voice of a bishop. I'm not sure. I think it. Who might this be?
This is C.D. Witherspoon, sir. How are you?
Yeah.
Elder C.D. Witherspoon. Clap your hands, everybody. Woo! Fantastic.
You need to
stop. It's elevated now. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I heard two of my favorite guys were on, and so I definitely had to stop by, call in, and send my love to the both of you, and to sincerely thank you, Steve, for all of the support you rendered to my family when our mother passed away, and you just continue to be a voice of strength and character in our community, and we love you and your wife dearly. Please give our best to the fine lady Turner.
She's right here.
Love you too.
So,
yes, indeed. We love her dearly.
I appreciate these kind words, sir, but I know that your wife loves my wife more than me, but it's all right.
We love them both. We love you both.
Back at you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
This is true. Listen, now that I got you here, I realize you're supporting Professor Young Genius Corey Witherspoon as his brother, the city Witherspoon, to the world here. Listen, what new things are you doing, sir? I haven't heard anything from you, which is unusual because you're very demonstrative in the community.
Well, I will submit to you that this is not my opportunity, so I'm not going to be long. I want to sit back and listen to the geniuses talk and what they do. I say this with all sincerity. Absolutely. I say this with all sincerity, my brother, and I say this not because he is my brother, but I say it because he is an extreme professional at what he does. He loves our young people, and he saves lives every single day. And you, Steve, you are a warrior in and out of the pulpit, and so I'll just say this. Currently, I serve as manager of a shelter where I'm able to influence the lives of 154 men every single day. Been able to do some work with COVID-19, taking people 60 plus and people with chronic health illnesses and putting them in a hotel so that they are not susceptible and vulnerable. So I'm still in the front lines. I'm just serving in a different position.
My God, that's real ministry. Boy, I tell you, I just kind of wish, I'm kind of hoping that one of these days that it would actually, we were talking about your kufi hat, how you're able to have clothing that matches the color and contextual. I don't know how you do it, how it's done, but you walk like good. Act like a king, you look like a king, I tell you, and your brother here like a young prince. So I'm just thinking, like, why have these two not ascended to the higher echelon of government in terms of mayor and any other high office that I can think of? Y'all would have to say.
Let me get off this line. Let me get off this line because you're starting something. I love you both. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Amen. Love you too.
All right. Okay. Oh boy. Corey.
Yes, sir.
Every time I get with your brother, we always cause trouble.
That's the man right there. That's the man right there. That's the man right there.
And so I had the pleasure of sitting across on a picnic table at a Witherspoon event, and I met your mama, and I could tell that she reminded me of my mother. She was very serious. She had life, but she had no joking around. I started to reach across the table and grab some more potatoes, and I saw her. She wanted some, and I just I don't want to get hurt. I'm just going to stay in my place. And what was it like having a mother who raising two warrior kings?
she was strong. She was really, 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 really strong. I didn't understand when, why she was so hard, but now I see and I understand why she was so hard. Just to go ahead raising two, young men, so, and then she didn't have the best of lives, so she already knew what like a hard life was about. So she didn't want us to have a hard life. So she struggled, and just to go ahead and keep us, we knew how much of a legend that my mom was once she passed. She was Saratoga. She went to Booker T. Washington Middle School, and that's the middle school that I currently mentor at now. But I didn't know how much of a legend she was until she had passed. So it was like, wow, like Mom, you raised her to be a certain way, but whole time he was like a whole legend, and we didn't even know. We didn't even know.
Wow. Yeah. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No,
and,
no, not at all.
I met your father also, and I happened to when I was told that he was your father, I'm like, hey, you cannot mean this young man who's walking strong, has got his hair suited down, shoes shining and polished. You look like a regular young man.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah. My father is very strong. My father is very, very, very strong, man. He has a better body than most 20-year-olds. Wow. As a older, when I got older, my father like really he picked me up, and he had me right with him, So I'm happy that I have a strong relationship, really strong relationship with my dad, real strong relationship. He gave me one of the best gifts I could ask for by giving me a house. So
This is news. A black father in America today gave his son.
He gave me a house.
No. This don't happen because black men are supposed to be, they leave the kids, they abandon their kids, they don't raise the kids. He can't give you a house. What's he doing with a house to give? According to the news media.
He made a sacrifice. He made it happen. So all this is your life, your story is like centrifugal. It really is, and you got to use everything that ever happened through your journey. You got to go and use it and embody it whatever you do. I work with youth, so everything that I've gone through, I share it with them, and I boost them up and I push them to a plateau that they know what to expect and they know what to do, and and it enables them to be great.
Wait, hold on a second, sir. We have. I know that I can't speak for my wife, Queen, but I can speak for myself. I've just been made dizzy over the linguistic heights that I have been dashed upon me at this moment. Centrifugal. And so you got to slow it down for us regular folks, sir. I'll tell you what. This is why I call them young genius. Break it down for us.
I got code switch. It's just code switching. It's just code switching, and that's another thing I teach my youth as well, how to articulate and speak in a manner that it doesn't have to be such using colloquialisms or any vernaculars that's like that's demeaning to not only them but their family as well. So you gotta speak appropriately at all times.
Wow. So there's interview language, like I should teach my clients at the mayor's office, where they stop. If you're going for an interview for a job, you can't just, kind of like make the employer your friend, like him. Yo, man, give me a job. That's what one client told me. I said, give you a job. I'm not giving you anything. I said, I'll give you a job. I said, geez, get up, step in my chair, and take the hoodie off, go back out the door, walk back in, and when you walk back in, your interview starts. And then I'm going to go back out again and then come back. And I said, do you think you got the job? Yeah, let me tell you what I think. Take a pen and a piece of paper and write this stuff down. You need to do this and this. Your approach to this was good, but this needs to be fixed over. I found myself actually correcting and re-correcting folks who were supposed to have been sent to me prepared for work. They were just trying to get rid of me. And they're doing it, if they did it at the, my goodness, I'm getting in trouble. If they did it at the mayor's office for employment development, they did it in the school system because they weren't caught in the process. I've got clients who didn't know how to read, and they're 50 years old, and one could catch it, and they've been on the program for a year. This is the kind of stuff, it's too late almost when they get that age. How can a system do that? So I got yelled at and screamed at for trying to find a woman a job and a place that she could live at and a place could read, help her read because she couldn't read to her grandkids. And I'm saying we failed her.
Wow.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want process, cookie cutting, and that's where you come in because you can work with the youth, still have an opportunity. So what do you do on
also that you said, what do I do when?
Oh, I'm sorry. Take me through a typical day of what you do when you report for work at your job.
Because of the pandemic, it's interesting, but nevertheless, I still handle things, in a manner that every family knows I care about that child. Like, I make phone calls, I check in, and like with families, and most of the families are saying the same thing. My child wants to go back to school. They're getting tired of being in the house, or I'm getting tired of seeing my child at home. So I get a lot of that. I've been handing out free laptops with the Booker T. Washington Middle School staff. I've been also went to their family. I want, if anybody's listening and they want to go and give a donation, I know a place to their family that it could really work out. This young man, Elijah Miles, he gives free food to families. That's going through struggles during this pandemic. So, and I also deliver for him. So, long story short, I do a lot of good. It's like I'm making more money. It's like I'm working harder, but not even getting paid for it. But I'm walking in my spirit. And luckily, my family, my wife, nobody complains or anything like that because there's you still working and money coming in right now, but that's how God moves.
Yeah, and that's admirable. And how young are you, sir?
I can't even say young no more. I'm 38, so but,
you're getting on the hill, sir. You're getting on the hill. You're not there yet, but you're getting on the hill. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
I was 138 too. Man. Seemed like so long ago.
Yes, indeed.
So we got a few Witherspoons that have answered the challenge that I put out there. Is your wife calling in, sir?
No, my wife's not calling in.
No?
No, okay. Sir. No, sir.
All right. Sound like a king's decree. I got you.
My wife's not calling in. No way.
No problem, sir. Let me play some music here for a second to calm the raging seas.
St. John 10:10 states that the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. But Jesus said, I am come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. Come on, ministry. I've come that you might have life.
All right, I had to give a snippet on that. That's Dr. Kevin Carter and Ministry, one of my favorite local groups here. They have a big national sound, and I suggest you go out and buy their CD. And if you buy his CD, he might give me 5 chords because I'm still a musician. Not as good as he. But, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. I just want to make sure that when you got back home, everything was cool. So I had to play that cooling music there. God bless you. And so, what are your dreams and hopes, sir, for the future?
My dream and hope is sustainability, so I can keep reaching and teaching and loving on the youth in Baltimore. I just want sustainability, like not having to ever worry about any finances. As finances already coming through for me to just to be the best person I could be to youth. That's all. Just sustainability.
I like that sustainability, man. You're dropping some serious collegiate words on this
yeah
line.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me go to the Queen here. Queen. She actually says that so beautifully. Is there any questions you want to ask this young prince?
No, I'm just proud of what he does. I'm just proud of what you do, sir.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Absolutely.
That's a lot for sure. Yeah, you got. She's proud of you in just about maybe 10 minutes. It's taken me about 15 years to get the good graces of the Queen. All hail to the Queen. Okay, and so
I want to ask you something, Brother Steve.
You put me on the spot on my own radio program, right?
I am.
You
would
sit
you
down.
mind, like when you have free time, just think about it, because I know you are a musician, and I know I have a couple kids who would like to learn how to play an instrument. Like, would you mind like teaching? Just when you have spare time, of course, just teaching chords and everything. Just to go ahead and just like spread the love of mentoring to others.
Oh. Let me consult with the Queen. What saith thou, O Queen?
Do what thus said the Lord.
Toss it back on God. Okay. The answer is absolutely, positively yes.
But before I depart, I just want to tell you and rest of the listeners is that youth want to be taught. And the main thing is that we have to meet them where they are, and just embrace them, knowing that they really want to learn. Every youth want to learn. No youth that I ever mentored, and it's got to be up to like the 500s right now. No youth that I ever mentored ever said that they wanted to be a failure. No youth that I ever mentored ever said that they wanted to be a bad guy. No youth ever said that they wanted to be incarcerated. No youth ever said they wanted to be this proverbial thug. No, I never met a youth that say that. So every youth wants to be taught. But at the same time we gotta come correct, and we gotta want to go ahead and be a type person who's going to go ahead and teach regardlessly, and teach abundantly. And then abundantly, should I say? And then also, you got to do it every day, and you got to be that same person every day. So I'm just invoking anybody who's listening to like reach one youth and teach one youth, because it's needed, and it'll change Baltimore.
Wow, that's second. This is, we're not talking about social scientific studies. We're not talking about paying Johns Hopkins to get into a social study and giving them money for it, all this kind of. We're talking about just what you just said, just the approach, and I found that when I should do police work, that I found out that everybody, when I worked at Greenmount Avenue, or whether I worked at 500 block of Gold Street, everybody had the same title. You know what it was? I'm glad you asked me. It was when I got the police car, it was, gentlemen, I need you to assume the position. Gentlemen, I need you to talk to me. Why are you out of here? Yeah, I remember a day where I pulled up, and I wish I had you as a partner. I pulled up, and I was dealing with all the drug suppliers on Pennsylvania Avenue and Gold Street. And so I said, listen, I need to talk to you. Gather around my vehicle. So they gathered around. Yeah. I said, listen, I like that outfit. What you got on? It's nice. Where you get that watch from? That's nice. He said, where'd you get yours from? I got it from so and so. I like that. Listen, let me tell you a story. I said, okay, you got time for a story? He's like, yeah. Okay, I'm sitting by the market, and I got a brand new shirt I got from the cleaners. I got some food, a burger, and a drink. And I was just telling you guys to stay off the corner. You know what you do. You know what you do. So they started laughing. Yeah. I said that, and I went back, and I'm sitting there, and then before I got married, a girl comes out. She starts talking to me, and I'm trying to get her number. Before I can do that, grandmother looks out the window, sees y'all guys out there again, and they call the police, and then here I come again. And by the time I get there, stays on my reports. I got mustard stain on my brand new shirt, and I didn't get the girl's number. Now I'm upset. And what do you think I'm gonna do? Lock us up. Exactly. So if you don't want to be locked up, I can't stop what you do. You can't stop what I do. Just take it inside somewhere. I'm working 8 to 4. Don't give me no problem. I don't give you no problem.
But you know what?
And it worked.
Can I submit to you something, brother? You did what I wish other police would do. This past Saturday, I actually did a report on this on my Facebook Live. But I was Pennsylvania Avenue, and it was about maybe like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and no lives, like 100. It's about 100 youth outside, 100 kids outside. And luckily, I knew some of them, and I had the approach to go ahead and talk to them. You had police out there who wouldn't even engage, like possibly engage. Just like you did, you asked a young man where to get the watch from, and you small talk. And sometimes that's all you need is like just to go in and talk, like just to go in and gather, just like you gather all the drug dealers around, the dope boys, But I wish they would have gathered all the kids around, be like, hold on, just engage and talk to them. Look, hey. I know y'all out. I know you it's a pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic, and I really want y'all to go inside, or like don't practice some safety. And even if those kids was gonna be outside the whole time, be like, all right, we're gonna watch and make sure nothing happens to y'all. So it's still like I like that approach that you use, whereas though you met everybody where they are. You actually talked to them, and it didn't do anything really. But it's still like let them know that you're not the person who should be feared. You're the person who's supposed to be loved and embraced because you're there to help. So I support what you did.
Well, I'm glad you did, sir. But it did work because they didn't come out during my shift. But my point is that the police authority didn't support what I did. They didn't trying to train other officers. They didn't want that either. I figure if you don't know what you're doing, then how can you help me and save me in the midst of a trouble or a crisis? If you don't know what you're doing,
maybe that might be missing. Maybe that might be what's missing in our city. Just more like I'm telling you, there's 4 police officers and they were standing with their hands in their pocket. I'm just like, I was shocked. That was really like, like taken aback because like police, they shouldn't be scared of any youth. And it just looked like they was terrified in the corners. So
yeah, they are. They are because they've got lots of rules and regulations now because other bad people have done some bad things, and the youth here are going to take the generational racism and police brutality and unfair KKK activities that because that's where most of the cops who didn't live in the urban area would come out of Pennsylvania and other places come down here and have issues with our youth and also impregnate our women. That's a whole other program.
Yeah.
But let me go back to you, sir. Hold on a second. I might need a prayer. I'm going to need a prayer. I had a flash.
You can still positively engage. That's mainly what I was trying to. Every day working for the school system, I positively engage, and I have no weapons. I have no gun. I have no club. I have no mace. I have no taser. I have nothing but just me, myself, my mouth. So that's all. It's still positively engaged.
I caught it. Hold a second. Let me get a fan here or some kind of air conditioning. I caught the heat.
Yeah.
1 second. Say something, Queen, because you had to calm the airwaves down. That was a blast right there. Woo.
You mean to end the show?
Yeah.
Good God Almighty! No, don't end this. No, you're out of control. No. I'm still working.
Some things just need to be said. Some things just need to be said.
Yes,
and in school they had an officer friendly, and when I was young, and I wanted to be an officer because I saw officer friendly, but what officer friendly was able to do was actually engage. And just let everybody know, okay, I'm here when you call me, and but in the midst of it, I'm still going to be, somebody who's positive and will talk and not just huddle in the corner. If you would have saw this, it was right outside of Shake and Bake. These 4 gentlemen police officers were huddled in the corner while it was.
Are you kidding?
Bananas. Instead of
Are you kidding me?
To the youth, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I was actually helping the mentee's family get food. Because they wanted to go to Legends and they wanted to go to another place off of the avenue. And so I drive them, and I'm like, so I engage. I have no weapon. I have nothing. I already stated that. But I engage, like, yo, what you doing out here? But at the same time, I just saw it, and I just like, I felt that's
I got something for you here. You didn't start something now. I have been told by the police department when I passed a church for Forest Park's senior center of Liberty Heights that I should not go down and talk to the drug dealers in the next block because they're killers. Pastor, don't go down there. And then I had other pastors telling me I'm too scared to go out with the faith walks and all that. I wouldn't go out there and do that because they're killers. I said, listen, if they come in here and do something to you, don't even call me. I asked her, did God? I need to talk to God and ask. She said, Pastor, I need to talk to God and ask him, should I go out on the streets to minister in the faith walk with the 14 drug corners? And she said, I said, what did God tell you? Well, he told me I'm going to stay inside because, listen, don't even talk to me. Just stay out of my way. Yeah. You're too weak to go out to. I said, this is where the work is. So I had to import pastors from across the city to do it, and I still never got 14. I couldn't get 14 pastors in a city of 3,000 churches. However, what we had, we took out. We went out there on and your brother was out there with us, and he prayed on the corner. I mean, if you knew how to engage, you could actually pastor win souls for Christ. If you can't engage, if you're too scared to engage, church member, then how can you resolve and recruit for the kingdom of God? If you can't engage, how can you help some folks get a job? I walked into the bar there, and actually with drug dealers all in there, and asked the question, who wants a job? And to your surprise, do you realize that they would run to me and ask and take out the jobs that I would have picked out for them to try to get out, even though the city didn't want me. Still trying to do law enforcement spiritually, even though the police department didn't want me. They don't want nobody doing the positive thing. They don't want nobody trying to save nobody. They don't want nobody trying to make things better. They don't. And I think a course should be taught. A course should be taught with you of how to engage with youth for every pastor, now it looks like every police officer needs to learn, every police official needs to learn how to engage with the youth. You can teach that.
And I will. And I will. I'll submit to you, Brother Steve, that is really needed to have like personnel to the community to teach how to engage. That's the disconnect, and we always talked about like why is it not public trust police officers, and we can talk about police brutality, but police brutality, the cases aren't as high as one might say. What is different is I went and I talked to one of my friends who's police officers, and he said in the academy they teach us that it's blue, and then it's the civilians. So, and you are a police officer, so if I'm wrong, then just say I'm wrong. But he said blue is their own type of entity, almost. And to me, it almost seemed like gangish. If you're a police officer, you're in the blue, and it's blue against everybody else. And so it shouldn't even be like it should never be like that. It should be more like everybody. If anything, the police is the protector, the person who's is just one of the people and protecting the people. So and as well as I'll go with the church as well. From the aspect of the church should be at a point whereas the preachers and I will say a lot has happened as far as
watch yourself now. You're about to get.
All right, but listen, like, a lot is good. Listen, a lot is good happened as far as the church in Baltimore. I will say, like the marches before this pandemic, almost every denomination in Baltimore has been coming together to go ahead do marches. And yeah, that's under Jack Young, and you gotta go and give shouts out to him. You hear me, brother Steve? You gotta give shouts out to him because him and Dr. Bunley,
I'll give you something before I give him something.
Yeah, Isaiah Muhammad, Andrew Muhammad. It's so many preachers. They all got together and they're leading marches, and that congregation are going with them. So from that aspect, that has changed.
Thank God, finally. But but in the academy, my day, my God, it's so antiquated. But in my day, they said it this way. It was us against them, and you're them.
Yeah.
So we didn't know anything about urban warfare. It's what we were taught.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had folks looking like us, teaching us a mixed bag of us to do it that way, and not to citizens.
Yeah.
This is why we learn in the academy. So
that's backwards.
Yeah.
And that's that. If you want to say that's the main problem. Like I said, the police brutality it happens, but it's fewer than what they actually do to us against them. Like it's like nobody has rationale. Nobody has is that gun hole gang mentality type thing. So I guess
it's normally a inferior, scared, insecure clan mentality, hiding behind the blue. Okay, and so when you finish beating up on black men, because I've seen that before, I've seen it plenty of times, and I just said that I would not support you in what you're doing because he had no reason to hit him with the cane, with the nightstick. I mean, of course, it's a headshot. You could have killed him. All he did was cut me out. I mean, he can do that. He has freedom of speech.
And if we think about the grander scheme of things,
yeah, go ahead.
If we think about the grander scheme of things, Baltimore City and all throughout United States, they're moved into what's called trauma informed, and basically trauma informed basically details with the whatever establishment has to know what trauma can do to an individual. So when you talk about trauma and you talk about getting arrested, that's a traumatic situation. So you'll expect, like, real talk, you have to expect somebody to, cry, to scream, to yell, to try to get away. Those things should be expected upon coming to any scene. And, like, as far as so in the essence that they're professionals, and I know from being professionals, I've been kicked, spit, hit. Even there, I submit to you, brother Steve. I've been peed on before by you. So as long, yes, indeed, I've been spitting all that up. But I maintain my decorum. I maintain my, I maintain myself. So long story short, a police officer should be the same way. They should be able to restrain themselves from anything that happens, anything that occurs. And so, like, that's another thing as far as like, public trust is like, they also had to learn how to, as far as trauma and what actually happens, when somebody has trauma and how they by them just being a police officer and distrusting the community, how people are going to react and how it's going to respond.
Well, I'm going to respond to this one. You brought it up. I didn't bring it up. But when you say trauma, are you talking about the Baltimore Trauma Response Team?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Zeke Cohen's program. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
No.
I believe.
No. Zeke Cohen did not come up with that. Zeke Cohen did not come up with that idea. That idea came from.
He did.
He did not come up with that idea. Let me go gangster. Let me break it down for you. Yo.
Go gangster real quick. Teach this youngster.
Okay. That program was started by a police officer in the Baltimore City Police Department some years ago, and then he also included a pastor in it. Pastor Humphrey. And
Dr. Humphrey.
Dr. Humphrey, right. And so he included him in the program, and I think he lost his son or something like that to violence from a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he got involved with that, and he carried it on his back for 15 years, responded to every crime, every assault, everything that was going on in the city, and people trusted him more than they trusted the police department by giving him the 411 on stuff, because I've heard it from his own lips. And so my point was that he recruited me along with the team and my wife to be part of the Baltimore response team. So my health went down. I actually was a member and had different ranking and all that, and then responded to different violent activities. Tried to ride with the police, but they were too trying to do ride-alongs, but they were too hateful and vindictive to me to let me go back and serve the community as a police chaplain. Even though I went to school and graduated, I got a certificate on my wall, but that was because of Reverend Humphrey at the time fighting for me to get into it. They didn't really want to. They would take the whole team, but they didn't want me. He said, "Well, if you take my team, he's a part of my team. You got to take him too."
Yes,
and he's almost got experience on the team that actually was a police officer for 5 years. So this is how mean, nasty, calculating, cunning that they are. So it was his idea, and I sat and helped try to work with him to do it. Now he's seeing with commercials on TV, blah blah blah. Happy for him, but that is not Zeke Cohen. It's not an idea that he came up with. It's not a credit that the Jewish population take credit for the city hall. This was from Reverend Dr. Andre Humphreys and his right hand Pastor Hooper.
Mm-hmm.
These are the folks who initiated this.
Thank you for speaking.
Okay, and I'll tell Zeke Cohen to his face. I ain't got no problem.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, I still got my somewhere in this house, my studio.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the 401 on that deal. You got it fresh, and if anybody got any questions about it, they can call me.
Yes, indeed.
That's the gangster move right there. You can call me.
Yeah, that's real gangster.
Yeah.
That's real gangster.
Okay. So let me. I think I've gotten in too much trouble now. So anything you want to say in closing, sir?
No, I think I said it best in closing that just to make sure that everybody see a youth, talk to a youth, engage the youth. We talked about so many great things on while we were on here, but make sure that you engage the youth and teach the youth. Teach them something. Anything from construction, masonry, welding. It's so many being electrician trade. That just teach them what you know. And that's how we can better just kill the divide between old and young, police and civilians, even educators and youth. Just and also church and youth as well. Just grab them. What are you doing? Hey, you hungry? All right, I got you. Let's go. Let's roll. And let's and just enrich your youth. Just enrich your youth. That's it.
Now, what's number that they can call you in case they want to be a mentor?
410. This is my actual phone number. 410-522-8142. Talk to me. I give events. I got a Super Soaker battle I got going on in July. Yes, indeed.
Oh, that would be a part of that, man.
Huh?
That would be a part of that.
Pandemic and yeah. We also got a and this, I might need your wife.
I might need your wife for this.
We also doing for our youth, our male youth that has who has babies. We are doing a daddy and child Father's Day dinner. So just okay. Yeah, man, just a lot of great stuff on the horizon that we keep doing, that we keep pushing. We do book bag giveaways. Everything to just try to go ahead and just not only affect the youth that we're work with daily, but affect all youth in Baltimore.
You were saying something about my wife, the Queen, actually helping you do what?
Probably help me cook for daddy and help me cook. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
She loves doing that.
I would cook it and then bring it in.
She said she would cook it and bring it in. Yeah, she.
Outstanding.
We call her that's her alternative name, Chef L.
All right. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, we that was a chef.
Okay. Okay. So we Brother Steve, I'll be talking to you.
Well, we have got to end the program properly. Right. Let me say that special. Thank you for brightening up our program, sir, taking us to higher heights and deeper depths and levels unknown and uncharted. We've been to the mountaintop. We've seen great things, and God is in the building. I thank you for your wisdom, as Daniel had been given wisdom special, it says, from God. And so I feel like I've talked to Daniel in the 22nd century. Say that special thing, sweetheart. God bless you, Queen.
Well, I have two things to say that in Spanish. Por favor, te mente segura. That means be safe. And the second time is Jesus te ama. Jesus loves you.
Oh, so we go international here. Okay, so. Listen. Okay.
What was that?
Okay, all right.
Hablo español. Speak Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's very good. Very good.
Yeah. That's why I call him Young Genius. Vios con Dios. All I know.
All righty.
And so we're going to end on a special new outro music, which is very fantastic. And stay tuned, because on this Saturday we'll have Myron Cooper, formerly of the About My Father's Business, who will be on this program. And next Tuesday we'll have running from the mayoral candidacy, and that is Zaluka Bazemore. Good God Almighty, Zaluka Bazemore. Right. And don't forget to tune in on May 30th for the special birthday broadcast where everybody's invited to call in for an hour program to call in and wish the Music Man, that's me, special salute. God bless you. And here we go for the new outro music. Thank you again, young professor, young genius.
God bless you.
All right.
Your heads up. Keep your heads up. Keep your heads up.